Once upon a time, in an ancient monastery, where tranquil, towering mountains touched the clouds, lived a young monk named Anand. For years, Anand had been dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge. His days were spent in meditation, studying scriptures, and rigorous penance. His guru, an old and wise lama, often told him, "Anand, true peace is not found in the external world, but within. To find it, you must confront your deepest fears." One day, a mysterious message arrived at the monastery. The message was written on an old, tattered palm leaf and contained only two words: the dark spring. No one knew what it was or what it meant, but Guru Lama called Anand. Guru Lama said in a solemn voice, "Anand, this message is linked to an ancient prophecy. It states that the dark spring is the path to true knowledge, but anyone who reaches it must face an unseen power." Anand felt both curiosity and fear. He was told that the spring was far from the monastery, in a mysterious place called the Silent Valley, where it was said no one ever returned. Anand began his journey. Along the way, he faced dense forests, high mountains, and terrifying silence. After walking for many days, he reached a deep valley where sunlight barely penetrated. The air here was strangely cold, and with every step, an unknown fear was palpable. At the end of the valley, he saw a massive stone wall, and in its center, a narrow crack. A cold, damp wind emanated from that crack. Anand entered through the crack. Inside was a dark cave, from which the faint sound of falling water could be heard. As he moved deeper, the sound grew louder, and he felt surrounded by an invisible presence. It felt as if someone was watching his every move. Suddenly, he felt a strange unease within himself. Old fears, uncertainties, and doubts began to surface in his mind. He started to feel as though he would fail in his quest. Then, he reached the source of the water sound. But there was no spring. Instead, there was a vast, gleaming black mirror from which a mysterious light, like water, emanated. When Anand looked into the mirror, he saw his own reflection, but it was distorted, terrified, and frightened. It was a reflection of his deepest insecurities. Just then, a deep, resonant voice said, "Anand, this is the dark spring. This is the place where you confront the darkness within yourself. Do you accept it or run from it?" Anand didn't understand where this voice was coming from or what the mirror was. He was terrified, but Guru Lama's words echoed in his ears. True peace is not found in the external world, but within. To find it, you must confront your deepest fears. He took a deep breath and carefully looked at his terrifying reflection in the mirror. He began to accept every fear, every doubt, and every worry hidden in that image. He embraced his weaknesses instead of denying them. As he did so, his reflection in the mirror began to accept every fear, every doubt, and every worry hidden in that image. He embraced his weaknesses instead of denying them. As he did so, his reflection in the mirror began to change. The fear lessened, and in its place came a sense of peace and acceptance. The black light emanating from the mirror also slowly transformed into a white and luminous light. Anand felt that he was no longer alone. Beside his reflection in the mirror, another image began to emerge, that of his Guru Lama. The Lama was smiling gently. "Anand," Guru Lama's voice now resonated in his mind. "You have faced your fear, but do you think this spring was only meant to scare you?" Anand looked on in confusion. The white light from the mirror intensified, and he saw that the cave walls were slowly disappearing. The cave, the spring, the mirror, everything blurred, and a serene monastery meditation hall appeared. Anand was astonished. He was sitting in the monastery's meditation hall, from where he had begun his journey. In front of him, Guru Lama sat smiling. "Gurudev," Anand stammered. "So, the dark spring. What was it? Did I never leave the monastery?" Guru Lama lovingly placed a hand on his head. "Dear Anand, the dark spring was not a physical place. It was the fear within you, the illusion that you thought knowledge would be found on an external journey. Everything you saw was a projection of your mind. That cave, that mirror, that voice, they were all symbols of your subconscious mind, which I created to reveal the truth within you." Anand realized what a profound lesson he had learned. He had thought he was on a long and dangerous journey, but in reality, he had always been journeying deep within himself. His greatest fear was confronted, not externally, but within his own mind. Guru Lama said, "The greatest secret is that the knowledge you seek outside is always within you. The peace you wander the world for is the essence of your own being. Now that you have learned this truth, your journey has truly begun." Anand bowed his head, his eyes filled with gratitude. He understood that life's most important quest is not on external paths, but in the depths within oneself. And the biggest turning point in this quest comes when we understand that the mysterious, dark spring we fear is nothing but a mirror of our own mind. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and comment with your opinion.